What's going on, everybody? So sub to the channel if you're not. Give me a like, leave your experience below, or extend on the information I'm about to send out. What's going on, guys? I want to talk about if you aren't happy now, you'll never be happy. Because happiness isn't in the future, first of all. You can look forward to things and have goals, but the whole point of being happy is being happy right now. Getting a girlfriend that you always wanted is a plus, or vice versa, a boyfriend, or doing something you always wanted to do, which I'm going to get to that because there's two things to look out in this video. The be happy, basically, which is, you know, being happy now. And that's the first thing to look at is there's all these external things to make you happy, but happiness comes within. And you can notice this with any of your feelings. Sadness, miserableness, anger, it all comes from with inside. So if someone outside's causing anger in you, you'll feel the anger. You might feel them, their anger, but doesn't mean it's going to change your the feelings you're occupying. So someone could be mad, you can still be happy. Someone could be sad, you can still be happy. Someone could be miserable. You know, all those emotions, anxiety, fear, and all the happiness just comes within you. And this is why a lot of people's happiness dies down, especially people who are materialistic or who are really invested in money or something like that, something from the external world, because you can't control the external world. People like to, and people like to think they can, but it's never going to be 100% in your control. It's not really supposed to. And if it was, you would eventually find out it's not what makes you happy. It's easily to tell. So, beyond that, happiness, it's not these external things. Now, these external things are a plus, sure, you know, someone telling a joke, maybe watching something on TV, or maybe something on YouTube, reading a magazine, a newspaper, something that brings you happiness. But you see, all these things are bringing you happiness, but it's gonna run out because it's not gonna last forever. Let's just say you watched a movie, you enjoyed the movie every minute of it, but it's over, and then the movie has everlasting effects like 2 days later, 3 days later, but then you kind of maybe forget about it or you just don't remember it. Same thing, pretty much. It's just not on your mind. And that hype from the movie, because it was just you thinking about it, basically, is over. And it could cause some happiness, but surely you're not going to think about that movie 24/7. And this is what I'm saying, that happiness from the movie, it's over. Are you still happy or are you not? Are you just going to go back to however you were feeling? You're actually in control of your happiness. It's super easy and super simple, but it can be super far-fetched for some people. It's basically right there, you know what I mean? I will say this isn't number two, but health does play into happiness, you know what I mean? It's harder to be happy if you're, you know, it depends what's going on, but for the most part, you can actually be sick and ill and still be happy. It's super possible. It's really pretty much easy for the most part. It depends what's exactly going on, because there is some situations I'm not going to get into where if you're bought, it's too, I can't get into it basically because I already explained it in the one video. I'm not going to explain it again. That's the only way that I know of. And so the first thing is just being happy. You have to realize that happiness comes from inside. It's right there. It doesn't matter whether you're 65, whether you're 5 years old or 15, 25, the happiness is still there. The happiness comes from within inside of you. A lot of people just aren't in control of their emotions and their thoughts, kind of like very similar things, or they let their thoughts control them. They overthink too much. Emotions, they just let the emotions run them. instead of like running through, basically. And they're just not in control, because you can control your emotions super easily. Just like someone who doesn't get angry but someone at something but someone else does. And again, the same thing from a movie. Two people could watch the same movie. One could think it's real funny and or joyful, and the other one could think it's unpleasant. There's really only two things basically in life. It's unpleasantness and pleasantness. So like I was saying, happiness starts with you. So it's not going to be some external factor. These are all pluses, but they're not going to last. That's why the happiness has to be generated from within you. So I hope I got that done, Pat. Number 2 is, now, number 1's the first one to accomplish for sure, because you got to understand that happiness, no matter where you go, if you're happy, you can just bring that with you. You can bring it into a shitty job. You can bring that into any situation in life. And I think you'll grasp that. You can bring that happiness into any situation of life. You have to come up here? Alright. And you can bring that with you wherever in your life, whether you're doing a push-up, whether you're watching a movie, whether you're talking to your parents, or, you know, whatever, even in negativity, even if people are fighting, whatever. You can be a UFC fighter and actually be happy. You can be happy as hell in the ring, though it's not calming to see, but it can, you know what I mean? There's people who have a job that you may think that sucks, or may for some reason suck, but they can still be just as happy doing it. And I was about to say one more thing about all that being happy, but yeah, you can bring that happiness anywhere you want. So that's why it's good to get that foundation down. There's so many things you can do happy, and you can bring that with you. That's why you don't need this external stimuli. So let's go into the next one, is doing what you want to do, because people don't do what they want to do. It doesn't matter what it is. You could go live in the woods. You could work 1-2 days a week, whatever it is that you want to do. But if you understand that happiness, you can bring that happiness wherever you go. Once you realize this and have control of thoughts and emotions, and boom, then it's very simple. You know, people think it's not even actually doing what you want to do that's going to make you happy, because it's secondary, because you are already happy. It's natural to be happy. And if you look at all kids, you know, most of the time they're happy. I mean, when they're younger and crying, yeah, that's a different thing. But as they get older and stuff, they're pretty much happy all the time and springy. Who puts them down? The outside force, and they're not super conscious and aware of everything. And most people still aren't. People who get it. People who don't just freaking don't, basically. And some people, but eventually it comes around for some people. It's something achievable right now. So that being said, 2 is doing what you want to do, which is the lesser one, least. Because I'm not gonna get in. I just pretty much got into that, but because if you're not doing what you want to do, and you'll know what you want to do, because I'm not gonna say it will bring you happiness, but you'll have a certain tendency towards it, magnetism, a drive towards it. It would even make you happier, an external stimuli, and it doesn't really matter what it is. You know, it could be a porn star that loves their job, or carpentry that loves working with wood. And again, it could be going and freaking living in the forest. It could be, whether it's for a couple of days, or months, or forever. It could be moving to a new country. It could be writing a book. It could be, like, again, a UFC fighter, fitness instructor. You know, the possibilities, a plumber, the electrician, the possibilities are pretty much endless. But, you know, if you're happy, then you won't even care what you'll pretty much be doing. That being said, if you're happy, you can bring that to anywhere you want to go, or with anything you want to do. It's just as simple as that. yeah, I know this ain't like some crazy scenery in the background, and you know, a lot of people really go out the way and do a crazy bunch of stuff and thumbnails and drop scenes and whatever, but this ain't it. This is the truth. But I guess that makes it more alluring. But yeah, like I was saying, the happiness is right there. It's not going anywhere. And yeah, like I said, the first one would just be to realize that internally, and the second one would be doing what you want to do. So subscribe to the channel, give me a like, uh yeah, leave a comment below, let me know how you feel, or transcend on the conversation. And like I was saying, so like I'll say one more thing. Like people who have a goal such as the driving in the Mercedes, and or getting some type of status quo, or somewhere in life, like a goal, something that's a goal, maybe writing a newspaper, or becoming some type of, you know, renowned for something, basically. Do you really think, you know, the happiness, you, let's just say Mercedes, you getting the Mercedes, you will just have a Mercedes, it won't change how you feel. Maybe people will react to you different. um and yes, you may laugh more, you may feel like you may like just laugh about it, but having Mercedes, you know, and it may actually feel good in the Mercedes, but the whole point of it is the Mercedes is just going to be a Mercedes. It's not going to change who you are. It will change external things maybe, but it's not going to change how you feel inside. Now, it can change like a little bit how you feel inside, but it's not going to stick forever. So, and I hope that makes sense. So like, you are here with whatever a bandwagon. You're still super happy, but you know you're gonna change when you get a Mercedes. It's not, there's nothing that changes, you just changed a different vehicle, you were still the same person inside. So to clear up something, as in like a goal oriented, you can be just as happy having no car at all to all the way up to getting a Mercedes. You can be the same happiness. In fact, nothing's gonna change. You may don't make I don't want to overdo this and make it seem, you may laugh more in the Mercedes or because you're with someone or something like that, but it's still the same thing. There's no difference. All right, that's all I have to say.